everyone, you're welcome back to my channel. It feels so amazing to know that you are there, and of course you are always there for me. Right, I'm back for every one of you out there. Just like I promised in the last video, I told you guys I was going to come back with enough value for everyone. So today I am back to talk about podcasting. Right now, this is my newfound hobby and I love it so much. I've gotten a lot of people ask me questions about podcasting, how they are going to start, and a lot of other questions, and that is why I am making this video to give you a head start. Now, if this is your first time of dropping by, this is Loved Goodness Iruka, a podcast coach, a public speaker, a knowledge-based entrepreneur, and of course a strategist. I help you build, create, and launch beautiful podcasts to express yourself, your dreams, your ideas, your brand, your business, and so on and so forth. So do not forget to subscribe and hit the like button, and also to turn on the bell notification so that you'll be notified each time I put up amazing videos, especially in podcasting. Amazing. So what is this video about today? Today we are going to talk about the processes, the step-by-step processes you need to follow in order to create, in order to launch, and in order to monetize your own podcast. One thing I love about this industry is that it is a welcoming industry. It is not even difficult. Yes, you can self-teach yourself. You don't even need a lot of things in order to start. I've heard a lot of myths about the industry, and of course some self-sabotaging ideas that people tell themselves that the industry is saturated. Who tells you that? I mean, you can do your own diligence and see that despite the fact that we have over 100,000 podcast shows and episodes out there, the industry is just getting started, especially in this part of the world, that is Nigeria here, and of course Africa. But in other parts of the world, they are utilizing it, and a lot of them are cashing out big from the industry. Just like we have blogging, I always say this, YouTubing, and the rest of them, podcast has come to stay. And the beautiful thing about this is that it's an audio file. So for some of us that are camera shy, you find it hard presenting or talking to a group of people. You can do that. You can express yourself through podcasting with your gadgets. You can just speak to the microphone, record a lot of things, your message, and a whole lot of things to the world. Okay, and podcast has really come to stay. And like I told us in the previous video, if you are looking up for a skill to learn in order to lead and leverage in this present dispensation, then why not join the industry? Why not come? Let me teach you how to create, launch, and monetize your own podcast. Great. Now let's go down to business. How do you even go about this whole thing? Now, I had to categorize all these things into a step-by-step procedure, right? And I was able to come up with 7 basic things you need to do, or 7 basic processes that is needed in order to create and launch your own podcast. Now, the first process that is needed is planning, right? Planning. Then the second one is recording. The third one is editing. The fourth one is publishing. The fifth one is hosting. The sixth one is launching. And the seventh one is promotion. Now let me go through them once again. We have planning, recording, editing. Now after editing, we have hosting, right? Hosting, launching, and promotion. Great. Let's start with the first one, planning. Now, if you are planning to come into the industry, if you are planning to build a podcast or start podcasting, start expressing yourself, start sharing your ideas through audio content so that people will listen to it wherever they are, whether they are driving, whether they are cooking, whether they are sleeping. It's not something that they can use that doesn't hold their hands and be watching and all that. No, it's just something that can use their headphones to listen listen and get maximum value. Now, if you want to go into this industry, you need to do your due diligence in planning. You need to plan yourself properly. Why? What do I mean by that? You need to ask yourself some certain questions, and while you ask yourself these questions, you go a long way to answer them. Now, one of these questions is, why do you even want to start a podcast? Now, if I should answer the question, I'll tell you that I want to start up a podcast because I want to make impact, influence, and income. I want to impact people's lives. I want to influence people to take good decisions for their life and become better. And of course, I want to earn from it. Now, I ask you, why do you want to start a podcast? When you have answered that question, you ask yourself, what is my podcast going to be? We're talking about the planning aspect of it. Right? So what is your podcast majorly going to be? Is it just for fun? Right? I have a friend that, is into podcasts, and his podcast show is just to catch cruise, catch fun, talk about things that are happening in the world and be happy. Now, if it's not just for fun, is it for entertainment? Of course. Is it for promoting your brand, your personal brand? Is it for promoting your business? Is it for running sponsored ads and the rest of them? There are many reasons why people start a podcast and what the content is going to be. I want to start a podcast because I want to build impact, influence, and income, and the content of my message is going to be what geared around that is to do what? To educate, to enlighten, to inspire, to empower. Right? So if you have gotten that, then the next thing you need to do is to get clear about your target audience. Who are the people that your podcast show air for? Right? Now, my podcast show is for youths. It's for you. It's for people that want to start podcasts. So that is my target audience. That is my avatar, and I'm so certain sure about that. Now, there are lots of things to consider when choosing your audience. I've already written an ebook on that, and we're going to launch it very soon during our Create, Launch, and Monetize Your Podcast Bootcamp. It is absolutely free, and it's coming up from 1st February to 5th February. So I use this opportunity to invite you to that bootcamp where we'll be demystifying everything that has to do with podcasts step by step. I'll take you by the hands and show you the right way to go. Amazing. So you have to discover who your target audience are, right? Okay, so when you must have discovered who your target audience are, the next thing that it is advised you should do is to validate your idea. Now, the reason why you should validate your idea is to make sure that your idea, your pod concept, is actually what people want to listen to, is actually what the market needs, is actually what your target audience needs at that particular point in time. Because it's very bad to see people come out to talk about something and the market doesn't need that. Just like podcast is a hot niche right now. Right? So me coming out to talk about podcasts, this is what the market needs, and there are many areas I can diverse this, into public speaking, into content creation, and a whole lot more. So I encourage you to validate your idea first of all. There are many platforms you can do this. You can go to Google and search. You can go to Reddit. You can go to social media platform where people are and know if actually that is what they want to hear, and of course what the market needs. Right? Now, having gotten that, I'm going to be very fast about this because I don't want this video to be too big and too enormous for you to digest and understand. I am organizing a bootcamp on how to create, launch, and monetize your podcast, and it's going to be a 5-day program. I invite you to join that program. The link is going to be there somewhere in the video where you can register to join the training. Now, after you must have validated the idea, the next thing you have to look out for is the format that you're going to use. If you're going to be, if your show is going to be just a solo show that is just you, it's amazing. If it's going to be an interview podcast where you get people, a lot of people from different spheres of life that is connected with your niche area, to interview them, for them to share their experiences, it's a nice one. Okay, it will help you to even promote your brand the more. Or it's going to be a co-host program where you have 2 persons. There are many formats for you to pick in your podcast show. Now, not just about format, you have to know how your show is going to be programmed. like the episode, each topic you get under your niche area, how many episodes are they going to be? Then you need to start creating your trailer. Right now, we'll come to that in recording. So the format is very, very, very important. Now, the next area of starting your podcast is, after you must have planned, the next thing you are expected to do is to record. Now, this is where a good number of the work comes in, right? This is the time for you to record your message, record your ideas, anything you want the world to hear, just, record it. Well, in this aspect, you need to have some basic equipment like your phone, of course. If you have a system, a laptop, you can make use of it as well. Then you need an earpiece if possible. You need a headphone, of course, and of course you need lightning. Not necessary, please. You don't need that unless you're doing a video podcast. Okay, so you need your phone, your earpiece, your headphones, and of course, I don't know, but that's the basic one you need. There are other ones like a microphone. If you are going advanced, you can get a microphone there. A podcast kit, I think one goes for about, I'm not sure about the price, but there are many products out there. You can go to Jumia to make inquiries about podcast recording equipment. So this is where you come in. Now, about the recording, I want us to know that there is trailer and there is episode. Now, trailer is actually the first audio record that your audience get to hear once they come to your channel. Like Anchor, right, is an outlet where we have a lot of podcasts. Now, when someone comes to Anchor and searches about your brand name, your trailer is the first sound, the first audio file that he or she listens to, and it goes a long way to determine if that person is going to continue being your subscriber and your audience. So you need to pay more attention in making your trailer. You have to involve a lot of things: a beautiful soundtrack, elevator pitch, a call to action, who you are, what your show is all about, in a space of just a minute. 60 seconds is enough for you to do this and do it wonderfully well. Hello people, my name is Lovett Goodness. You're welcome to Mirrors of Possibility podcast, where we discuss about life issues, realities, experiences. This is just my podcast, Mirrors of Possibility podcast. Okay, then you tell people how often you're going to release your episode. Is it going to be just 2 times in a week, or just it also has to do with format. So that is that in recording. After you must have recorded your trailer, then the episode are the accompanying, your content. They start developing your content. Now, before you launch, it is advised that you get at least 3 episodes handy and ready, so that once your subscribers subscribe to your channel and you start dishing out content, they'll be like, wow. Before they must have digested those content, you must have created another one. Podcasting is so beautiful. It's not about content creation. It's not about expressing yourself. It's not about connecting with the world. It's not about building solid relationship with people. And believe me, as time goes on, the world is not going to need much of radio anymore because the podcasts are already there. How amazing. Now, after you must have recorded, the next step is to edit your work. This is where you get to prune and weed and water and just to make the podcast to become beautiful. You add the soundtrack, you compress it, you add music, you remove the background noises, you edit, okay, and make your listeners so excited to always look forward to your show. Now, you don't do this alone. There are apps and websites that can help you to do that. We have Audacity, we have Reaper, we have Podbean, we have Spreaker, we have 1,001 of them. In the checklist that I've already prepared for you, I'm going to list out this website and how you can find your way across them. So editing is very important. Now, it's good that you can outsource. If you can't do this by yourself, you can outsource to people that can edit for you and bring your program back to you, and voila, you publish and achieve your desired aim. Okay, so amazing. Apart from editing, the next thing you're going to do is to host it in a platform. This is like a website where you get to host your show, put it up there, and once you do that, you can share and distribute it to other platforms. Basically, I would advise you start with Podbean, Buzzsprout, Captivate, Castles. There are many of them that you can start with. Just an episode, if you record it, if you host it once there, you copy the RSS feed and distribute it to other channels, and people listen. It's beautiful. So apart from hosting, the next step you're going to take is to launch. And this is where the bulk of the game is, man. This is where the success or the failure of your podcast is determined. How you launch. You don't just come and start building, podcast, and you come and tell people, hey, come and listen to my show. It's already there. Beautiful, but you need to create suspense. I'm going to create a special course on podcast launching. Right? So if you want to succeed in that area, you need to take that course, because the launching is where the secret is. How you launch, how you present yourself to the world. That is where the secret is. Now, the next thing after launching is for you to do what? To promote. Because if you don't promote your show, people are not going to see it. Just like I'm promoting my academy, iFlow Creative Podcast Academy, where we help you to create, launch, and monetize your own podcast. Now, how do you promote your podcast? You get to share it to social media handles. Now, I'm just trying to jump these processes, because they are processes. You need to optimize your social media handles, your Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, Twitter, anywhere that your target audience are. You need to optimize your channel so that when people come there, they'll be like, oh, you can offer this service. Okay, I can get this thing from here. So promotion is very important. You get to continue posting constantly. You get to continue building content constantly. You need to build a website by yourself. You need to create an email list. You need to do a lot of things to promote your show. Another one is to get invited into other people's show. There are many podcasters out there. Attend their shows, right? And get people to attend yours. Now, you can also promote your shows by running an ad for people. There are small business, SMEs out there, small medium enterprises, businesses that are looking for media to advertise their products. I have a friend that has hair like weave on establishment. In the process of my podcast show, I can say, hello guys, oh my god, you can't believe this, do you know the latest hair in town? Well, visit this place, that place to get affordable hairs and all that. When you do this shout out, those people are going to give you a token. That's how you monetize. That's the next step after promotion. You monetize your show. How amazing. So there are other ways for you to launch out, for you to promote, and for you to monetize your show. You can do giveaways, right? Make some noise. Like 2022 is not the year for you to keep mute and keep short about your skill. Carry it on your hair, just like I'm carrying my beautiful hair. Carry your skill on your hair, carry your expertise on your hair. Let people know this is what you can do, and we'll see how far we go. I just ended a masterclass on exponential growth, and it's like a foundation, because the people I'm moving with this year are going to shake the world. These are disruptive change makers. So we started with exponential growth, pouring them into action. Let me not go into details about that. Ebook is going to come out. So I want to encourage you to start your own podcast show. If you are encountering any challenge in anywhere, whether it is the planning, the editing, the recording, the launching, the promotion, the hosting, the monetization, I am here to help you. At iFlow Creative Podcast Academy, that is what we do. I need to see your podcast out there. I need to listen to your podcast out there, and you need to invite me to your show out there. Let's change the world. Your ideas deserve the world, and your voice deserves to be heard. So if you have stayed up to this moment, thank you so much. I do not take that for granted. Okay, so if you also find this video valuable, don't forget to like and of course share with your friends. Invite your friends too. Don't forget to attend our forthcoming bootcamp in create, launch and monetize your podcast. Thank you so much and stay blessed. I love you and I need you to survive. And this year 2022, we are going to be fierce, so fierce in achieving our goals and becoming best version of who we are meant to be. Bye. Break forth and live the life of your dreams. Bye for now.
I won't make it easy for you now. You got 2 minutes of my time, and I don't really break too easily, but I'm worth it, 'cause I'll slip into your dreams tonight. Oh, so give me your